Hello and welcome back to my Learning to Animate journal. In the last episode, I kind of messed around with the MPK software, and even though I didn't make it that far, like I didn't even get a chance to check out the hybrid or the Velvet, I didn't actually learn how to record the music. Oh, I didn't learn how to export it. Oh well, it'll all be done in another time. I don't know how to make a melody or really know any of that other terminology, so that's why there's not music playing in the background. I guess I should have been able to see that coming, but I did make a lot more progress than I thought I was going to make, and I'm happy with that. In this episode, I'm just going to do something simple and easy today. So I did go and get this, what was it called? Medibang Paint Pro, which is no thanks. Which is a free software that I got off the internet. And I kind of messed with it already to try to work on stuff, some other things that I was doing for my channel. So I kind of know a little bit about it, but I don't really know much. So even though this isn't my very first look at this, ooh. Yeah, see, like there is a ton of different things I can look at, and as excited as that makes me to kind of look at the different things I can do, as of right now, the only thing I really want to do is just make a color palette. I mean, not a color palette, but a palette for my two characters that I have so far. So, what I mean by that is, you know, one of them as. And I actually did look it up. That is what these look like. Oh, so there's like. Oh, so the pressure kind of changes depending on. I'm sorry. Depending on your pressure, it actually changes how dark or light the color is. Well, that's going to be useful for painting. Anyways, I better just throw this down. And there we go. Throw down my couple of eyes. And then my very stern face. So one thing I do need to practice is learning how to thin some of that stuff out. Because, oh boy, that is some thick lines right there. And even though I made him unusually skinny for what he is, there we go. Go back into some line art. And then go into color palettes. Go into some kind of blue. Give him his blue jeans. And there you go. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because, as you remember, when I was drawing him, I made him kind of flat as he moved. So, whoops. So Z is undo. Got it. I made him kind of flat. And because I did, it kind of looked weird when he walked. So I'm doing this to kind of help form a 3D figure. Plus, I got better at drawing this hat too, so. Color that in. There we go. And I know I'm making him still look kind of flat here, but he's more rounded now. He's not just a piece of paper. So let's go ahead and get on the paint and go boom, boom. Go back to my blue. Don't I have a color picker? Eyedropper. I want to select color. I want to see what I've edit, undo. Well, that's alright. I'm sure that's close enough. Another thing to do for this is when I was watching Noble Frugal talk, he talked a lot. Well, not a lot, but he did do a video talking about how when you do this, you should always kind of already have a lot of what your character's emotions would look like. But now that I'm actually here, I'm starting to realize I don't have much to go off of. I tried looking up to remember how to do the character sheets, but I couldn't find the video. Even though I have a playlist with it in it, I still could not find the video. Alright, so holy crap, he is loud. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of draw in what I'm kind of planning it to look like, except I want, there. So a couple little sixes right there, kind of symbol he's angry. this is why I need my own little studio. Alright. Going on to the next head, we're going to go into a shocked expression. As you can see, hollowed out in the eyes, and that's what I usually see for hollowed out. Huh, I just realized this is about all I really have for him. Well then, I'm going to kind of skip out on this one until I have something more to kind of work with. I will kind of fit in the rest of his hat. This one, his head would be up a little bit more, so as you can see, the brim started to go above the top of the hat a little bit. And I see there's different little pins here, so let me see what this pin sharp looks like. Let's see. Oh, that is so much nicer. Except for one little problem. You can see a lot more of my bad abilities. So which means I'm going to have to look for a way to get a smoothness on here. So that'll be something. Ooh, and what is this? What is this? This is amazing. You. Anyways, moving back. There's my pen. Is that what I had it on? Huh. Well, this is kind of a 2-for-1, I guess. Let's go back to none. I will be messing around with a lot of these tools later, but right now I'm just kind of getting this. And honestly, this is really all I have for this guy. The only thing else I can really put in is, his arms. There. So his sleeves would go like that. And then, why does that keep on shrinking in so much? At this point, I'm just kind of goofing off, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on to a new one, just because he wasn't really my old beanbag character really wasn't the main focus of my episode. The main focus of today will be, let me just throw this on. I need to draw that better. So, get that. Put a smile on this one. And then I want to draw just a little tiny round body here. And then from here, I kind of want to draw Okay, I screwed up on that last foot because why does it keep shrinking? It says sharp, not shrunk. So I essentially have a new style I'm making for my character, and it's going to look something like this. It's still going to have the same old shirt and collar. But this time, well, I didn't mean for that to turn black, but that's okay. Go into my eraser. There we go. And then go ahead and take this to the blue, and I can bink, bink, bink. Fill in that right there. The head still kind of looks a little gross. Maybe I'll find a way to kind of improve upon that, but right now I'm not focused on it. Edit, undo. So try. There we go. As weird as this looks, the whole point is to kind of just get it out there. And I can start working on it at another time. Oh, I forgot to color that in, so just go into blue. Get my pants there. And then so I'm just going to go ahead and color this in because it's not the most important thing in the world. The most important thing in the world is just kind of finishing up this character so that way I can kind of see what he looks like. And I can start improving upon it. And while I'm leaving the... No, that's not close at all. While I'm leaving the beanbag character the paper white that he was, that's because that's what he was. This one I'm actually going to add a little bit of a... I'm going to try to add skin tone to it, but apparently I don't know very much about skin tone. No, that's not right either. Alright, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave this character as paper white for right now, just because I don't know anything about skin tone. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that. That's gonna be something for another day. But, just like the last one, I kind of want to draw some different facial expressions. Remember how bad I actually am at drawing. Start off with a couple of the other ones. A couple of ones I already kind of worked on. We'll make smiles right there in the middle. What just happened? We'll make unenthused here. And then I don't know. I don't know. At this point, I'm just kind of doing random faces. I'm trying to see if there's really anything else I need to kind of look at. I'm not really seeing much of anything else. But it's kind of a start. Now I can kind of look at this and see kind of where I'm lacking and where I need to improve on, and I need to look up how to improve it. Like making this hat look better. This thing looks terrible. What in the world? Anyways, I just... Alright, so I did not feel good with the way I almost let this end. Saying that, well, I wanted to practice on a sheet of paper off screen instead of just doing it here. And because of that, I not going to do that. I mean, I am going to go ahead and show my most realistic, uh, at least the, oh, there's different, no, edge width. All right. So I want to draw the best I can draw my Revital character as a actual human form, opposed to anything else. And this is what's going to give me a lot to work with in the near future. It's going to help me at least give me something to work with to improve upon. So, starting off, I want to kind of do... Why is it? Edit, undo, edit. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so I want to start What? Oh, because it's going off of the edge. Sure, I'll do this. Alright. So, I want to start off by giving an oval head. I don't know why I keep making this mistake, but I actually wanted to start with the hat. Oh yeah, that's right. I have an edge on here, so that's great. Whatever. I'll deal with the edge and just kind of leave it as it is. Although it does look like it's only an edge pushed to the outside, which is interesting. And then I kind of worked on my hair a little bit, which because of my hat, my hair kind of just sits out like this. And I kind of have a rounder shoulders. So that will kind of not make sense in a minute. This is why I also post-commentate a lot of stuff, because if I'm not actually, because while I'm doing this, I'm actually thinking about what I'm doing. So the next thing I would kind of be, alright, I know the direction is like really bad on this, so draw the best eye I can. Oh yeah, that is grade A quality stuff right there. Oh, that is terrible. And then give myself kind of a rounded nose, because I don't have exactly a small nose, but my nose is not huge. Give myself a really derpy look. Well, this is not going near as good as I was hoping it was going to. Alright, so this is kind of like the edge of my shoulder here. So from here, yeah, let's not give myself superhero biceps. And let's not do that either. Alright, that is about the best hand I could possibly do. Give myself two really circular hands. That wasn't meant. They're actually supposed to be a little bit more flat. And the rest of that kind of doesn't matter. Now, here's one part that always gets to me, but I have been actually improving on, and that's the rib cage, kind of like down there, because I always kind of blend the pecs, with the rib cage, and they actually don't become like two different things like that's supposed to be. Anyways, let's go ahead and erase this, because I'm neither a bodybuilder nor skinny, so let's instead give myself kind of a big round gut right here. It does just kind of go up and in. And I shall get to my shirt now, because alright. Get rid of some of this interior stuff. I do wear a belt, so there's that. And then I should not have actually undone this yet, but that's okay, because I think I made myself a little bit fatter than I actually am, but probably not. So let's just finish the ensemble and give me some bubble butt legs. Let's see, the knees are always going to be like not there. But like right like that. Alright, so let me just kind of go around it, and then there we go, and I can go in and kind of erase that. That's where my pants would kind of end. Let's not forget my other pockets. Okay, that is terrible. I was wondering why I had such a... There we go. Way better. Now I kind of got goat legs. And kind of give myself these weird triangles shoes or something. I don't even know what happened there, but that's okay. And there we go. While it doesn't have color at all, which I could add color just real quick, so let me just give that a try. Blink. Blink, 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 blink. Nope. So color is not exactly going to work because I don't have anything connected whatsoever. But I put it in. Oh, I guess I did forget one little teensy bincy detail, and that's I do have a kind of a beard going or something. And there we go. That is my first attempt, well, technically second attempt of actually drawing my Revital character. It's not the worst I've ever seen me draw, but it's definitely going to need some improvements. So, instead of ending this off with, here you go, here was something, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make notes to show that I am learning how to do this, and I'm trying to make notes of where to go next. So, first thing I need to learn is, I pressed a button, perspective, and more importantly, vanishing points. I was actually going to work on that prior to this. I mean, not prior to this, but I was actually going to work on that with these videos, but unfortunately I ran out of time, so there's just no way I could do that. The next thing I need to do is work on the head. That's not what I want. Yeah, give me that clear background. Drawing heads. I know that when you draw them, you're supposed to kind of do that thing where you circle and then you kind of build into it, but this will give me something to work with to improve upon. And then, obviously, hair. need to learn how to draw different styles and practice with this. And this, for the longest time, I've always known it as a golf hat. But it has been, when I looked it up, it's a Gatsby hat. After the book, The Great Gatsby. But I've always known it as a golf hat. Which is not entirely true. It's an English hat before it's a golf hat, because it kind of it derives from England and whatnot. And then, I guess figure drawing. Which, funny story about that, when I was taking drawing classes in college, no, this is not a result of that. I didn't pay attention much. Anyways, when I did take drawing classes in college, I didn't know that when they talked about figure drawing, it means body, pretty much the human figure. I thought it meant shapes and stuff like that, but yeah. However, when I say figure, I mean it like they do, the body or anatomy. Oh yeah, this is going to be really helpful notes later on. I can't wait to look at this. But basically, what anatomy is going to do for me, it's going to teach me about muscles like triceps and biceps and other kind of parts of the bodies that, well, obviously make up literally the rest of the human body, and help me at least draw those a little bit better. And then next important, and then obviously hands. And I think that's a lot, just for what this is. I think this is definitely a lot to work on and improve. I mean, hands and feet kind of go hand in hand, but, or I guess I should say hand and foot. But I think this is a lot to work on from just one picture. So before I sit there and try to analyze every little bit and try to figure out, like, oh, what should I do about clothes, or what should I do about pants, even though those aren't part of clothes, or how should I connect whatever this stuff is, I'm just gonna focus on these particular ones. So those are the videos that I'm gonna have prepared for the future. I guess I'm gonna write a little bit of a note here. Alright, so going down the list of everything I'm kind of intending to do next. Let's start off with the one in particular I'm interested in is perspective or vanishing points. This is the important one, because the next thing I want to go into, and where this stuff really comes in handy, is backgrounds. While my real quote-unquote realistic Revital is on the list, my animations are coming first, more so than trying to learn new things. So I want to start learning on backgrounds and vanishing points to use for my cartoons, like my cartoon Revital, because that's going to be the most important stuff to get off the grounds. And then after that, like before I even start worrying about improving upon anything, I'm going to practice on just shapes. You know, just basic circles, triangles, squares, etc. And PlayStation. Yeah. And it's just basically where you draw them over and over and over again until you get good at doing it, or at least get used to doing it. Because, like any skill, most of it comes from just using your muscles and learning how to use them in the ways that you need to. And then from there, I can start working on heads, which will then go to hands and then go into feet. I don't really see a lot of people talk about learning how to draw feet themselves or shoes or whatever. It's always heads and hands that I see, but I mean, those would be the three that I would work on practicing. Oh, I'm sorry. Shapes into figures. See, this is where I got confused on figure drawing, because I thought what it was talking about is doing something like turning a square into a cube. A little equal sign. And basically, that's the point of both perspective and shapes. Learning how to do all that stuff. Then I can work on heads, hands, and feet. Then, I don't even remember what I had on the list. Oh yes, after I learned these ones in particular, just practicing them. Oh. Eyes. I forgot to put that on the last list, but whatever. Eyes are another one that people have a hard time with, and another one that needs practice, like a lot of focus and practice. After that, I'm going to work on anatomy. Things like bones and muscles and stuff, because that's what helps you, well, learn how to draw the way muscles connect to things. And learning the anatomy of the human body will somehow improve. I don't know. It's just practice mostly. And after that, hair. Hair kind of comes last because there's a lot of ways you could do it. There's the easy, just kind of getting the shape. Oh yeah, that is so easy. You could totally tell that's hair, right? And then there's actually learning how to draw hair. Which, I mean, obviously, I'm going to need a lot of work at. And I think that's a good list for next time. So, for drawing in particular, that's what I'm expecting to do. On the music front, I plan to do just learning how to do exports. And I tried learning, like, composition, but it doesn't work out so well because I need to learn how to break down music first. So that'll be kind of like what I'm looking for. I'm going to try to figure out how to export from, or at least compose the music that are on the programs. And then I'm going to learn to try to break down certain music so that way I can take whatever genre of music and learn how to break down like each of the actual terms of music. So breakdown and terms. And that way I can just kind of learn how it's done, because even though I can learn the word melody if I can't figure out how it's used in any of these, then it does me no good. So basically, in this mess, I got perspective, background, main bodies, I made that mistake again. Shapes, that's pretty easy to figure out. Then I got figures. Yeah, figures. I can't remember what a 3D object is called. And then main body parts, whole body, and of course hair. That is my plan for the next one. And with that, I at least got the basics down. So in the next episode, I'm going to start trying to make sense of whatever this is. See you guys then.